All that hype, all that success just to get blown out by the Los Angeles Rams. It kind of reminds me of that one year whenever the Vikings gassed up their team just to lose to the Giants in the wild card round. Funny that Daniel Jones is on their team now. But if you guys are new to the channel, I promise you I'm not just going to rip on the Vikings the whole video. It was just a joke. Make sure you guys like and or subscribe. Let's see if we can get this video to 100 likes. I would really appreciate that. Another extremely disappointing year from the Minnesota Vikings. I'm sure the fans are just used to it by now, but I'm going to be rebuilding them today to see what we have. And in the offseason, I think Sam Darnold probably doesn't get re-signed to this team. And if you're wondering why I think that, I think he's going to want a legit contract somewhere because a lot of people think he had played up to a top 10 prospect. And I said this the entire season. I said Sam Darnold is looking good, but it's going to be another Geno Smith situation. People told me I was wrong in my comments. Some people did. Some people just ignored me like most people do. But it's another Geno Smith situation where he performs late in his career. He does really well. But is this guy ever going to win you a Super Bowl? No. He's going to be a really nice bridge guy. He's going to win you a lot of games, but he's not going to take you the distance. But regardless of that fact, really good season from Sam Darnold. You can't ignore it, but they got to move on, I think. I'm not saying like they got to move on as in the fact of because of Sam Darnold's bad. I like Sam Darnold's season. They can have him back, but Sam Darnold after that season, be realistic here. He's going to want to have a long-term contract, and he's going to want a big deal. He's going to want something at least $40 million a year, because if this bozo right here, Daniel Jones, can get $40 million a year, then this man right here, Sam Darnold, can get $40 million a year on another team. It'll probably be a 3-year deal. It'll be like another Geno Smith. Geno Smith got 3 years, $90 million, $30 million a year. I think it'll be more expensive for Sam Darnold just because of his long-term contract. And I don't think the Vikings are going to give him that because they have J.J. McCarthy. So it really just depends. But in this rebuild, I will move on from Sam Darnold just to develop J.J. McCarthy. Obviously, real life is completely different. But for the sake of the rebuild, we're going to have J.J. McCarthy here, find out what to do with Sam Darnold. But for the rest of the team, Aaron Jones here, 82 overall superstar development. He is older. He's 30 years old. I think he did pretty good this year for the Vikings. He definitely wasn't bad. And then we have Cam Akers, who isn't that great. Going to definitely need a new running back here soon. You got Justin Jefferson. I just don't really need to say anything about that. He's a 99 overall X Factor. Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, a solid offensive line, primarily on the offensive tackles. Interior offensive line, maybe need to work at center or right guard here because Garrett Bradbury is getting on the older side in simulation. Defensively, though, I usually go 4-3, but just like my Steelers rebuild, I feel like this team is really well made for 3-4. There's some teams that should just be 4-3s, but you got some nice linebackers here, and I'm probably going to start Dallas Turner over Jonathan Grenard here. How much does Jonathan Grenard weigh? He weighs 263. He can't really play on a 3-4 defensive line at 263. I don't know what I want to do with him, but I do want Van Ginkel to start, and I do want to develop Dallas Turner. So Jonathan Grenard's just going to be the second for now. I know some people may not like that, but I really want Dallas Turner to start. You spent a first-round pick on him. He's going to have to start eventually. Byron Murphy, really underrated this year. I'm surprised Madden has not given this dude superstar development. He has been doing really good for the Vikings, a lot better than what most people would have thought he would have done. But yeah, definitely a good team to start with. We still need a secondary corner here. We need better defensive tackles. Harrison Phillips is on the older side, and he's not going to cut it. He's a great dude in real life. He's a great player as well, but in Madden, it's a little bit different of a scenario. Same thing with Hitman here. You got the second string that's probably gonna start over Hitman here just because Hitman's old and he has superstar development though, so maybe I'll just leave him for one more year. We'll see. But for now, let's move into the re-signings. Byron Murphy Jr. in a contract year. Absolutely, I want him back. 4-year deal. He re-signs with the team. Sam Darnold, this is about to get sticky here. Yeah, 45 million a year. Do I want to pay 45 million a year to a dude who I haven't even seen perform in Madden simulation yet? Real life is different than Madden simulation. Sometimes there are players who are just scripted to be bad, and I don't know if I can fully develop Sam Darnold, and regression starts for QBs in Madden at the age of 31, and I don't think they're going to sign him in real life because he's going to want too much money for 1 year, but I think another team will be willing to bite on it. So with that being said, I'll do 1 year and spike up this money so that way I can just dump him. 46 million for the 1 year. He says no to it. I'm going to tag him anyways. 60 million for his contract. I know whenever you tag and trade someone, you only take on half of the cap debt for them, then the other team takes on the other half. So I will be going 30 million in cap debt, but I'm going to trade him away for like a second-round pick to another team. I don't think there's going to be a team willing to trade away a first-round pick for a guy who's only played 1 good year of football. Then Cameron Bynum here, he's 27 years old. He's a free safety. I mean, I like him, even if he's not. I mean, he's going to start to regress in the next season. We'll see. I'll do a 2-year deal for him, and he resigns on that. Aaron Jones here, I wouldn't mind back for another year. $5 million for 2 years. Let's just do 1 year with him. And he wants to play for a new team. That's fine. Cam Akers, I don't want. Cam Robinson doesn't want to be here. He can walk. Shaquille Griffin actually didn't do horrible with the Vikings this year with a complimentary player to Byron Murphy, but I'm not going to re-sign him in Madden. He's 30. He has normal development. Don't want the main man himself, Daniel Jones, and all these other extras. Don't really want either. Ryan Wright, actually, can I just extend this? I know it's like I'm paying $2 million for a punter, but hey, it's not bad. He's young. I'm fine with it. Everyone else here, Sam Darnold, just going to tag you. Aaron Jones and all these other extras can walk. $30 million to spend in free agency, and of course, I'm going to dump Sam Darnold's contract. So what would be a good team fit for Sam Darnold? Let me look around here in the league. The Browns is something that I can see happen. Him going to another poverty franchise that doesn't include the Jets would make a lot of sense. But of course, they can't afford his cap hit because of Mashaj Watson's terrible contract. I guess they just cut him in this simulation straight up. The Giants need a QB. We have Daniel Jones, and now they're going to get Sam Darnold. That could be an option because a lot of teams don't have the cap room to take this on other than the Giants right now. And that might be the place he goes. I actually find it to be a better idea to put him in a whole separate conference with the Raiders here because I just don't want him to be too good. And I don't want the #1 overall pick for Sam Darnold. Obviously, that won't happen. I know the draft order screwed up in the simulation. It doesn't really matter that much as long as our pick is correct. So I'm going to get the first pick in the second round, just an early second-round pick, which the Raiders have in real life. So we're going to do this, make this happen. I know some people are going to be like, oh, this is already unrealistic. I want to develop JJ McCarthy. I want to see how he does. I don't think the Vikings are willing to give him so much money after 1 year. We'll see how it goes, but I can't predict the future. That's just what I'm going to base it off of. After free agency, I got Ryan Kelly on a 2-year deal. I got Aaron Jones back on this exact same contract that I originally offered him, 1-year deal. And then I got Christian Fulton. He's young. Even though he has normal development, he will be a nice depth player for our secondary. And as always in my drafts, I don't use realistic draft classes. Just for now, whenever free agency happens and the combine happens and we know a real grasp on real prospects and how far their projection is actually supposed to be, I'll do that. I think it's just more fun to use auto-generated prospects as well, so that way you're just not repeating the same draft class over and over and over again. It's kind of boring when you do that. In the first round here, yes, I know the Vikings pick may not be perfectly correct. We got pick number 23 here. Obviously, we don't need a QB. I do want corner, even though I picked up Christian Fulton. Cedric Van Buren here out of FAU, 200 pounds, 6'2", great speed, solid strength, great agility here. B press, B zone coverage, not bad for sure, but is there anyone that really stands out and is like really astonishing here? A zone coverage, B press, B tackle is really good. This guy has A block shedding. That's interesting, but this guy intrigues me. Dakota Bridges out of UCLA, 6'2", 200 pounds, good speed, great strength, great acceleration, elite agility. Looks better than the other guy. I'm honestly going to pick this guy. Dakota Bridges here out of UCLA, ranked number 7 in the class, got him at 23. That's a steal. Hidden development. He already looks sick. And now we got the Raiders selection in the first pick of the second round. Offensive guard here, Jamie Moss out of Clemson, 6'5", 330 almost. Good strength. You like to see that. A's and B's across the board. I'm going to select him, and I'm going to move him to right guard. Ranked 62, got him at 33 here. Hidden development, that's the important thing. He's going to start at right guard. And wow, I guess the Vikings didn't have a second, third, or fourth round pick, because now I'm in the 5th round, and I have yet to pick a defensive tackle. I was planning to pick it in the 3rd. I didn't know that they didn't have an actual second, third, or 4th round pick. That is absolutely ridiculous, which really sucks for me. I mean, I only had the 2nd round pick because of Sam Darnold, but yeah, that's ridiculous. I'm just going to pick this guy. He's probably not going to be good. Craig Fryer here, great strength is the only thing I really care about him. I don't care about his skills. Let's see what he has. Ranked 198, got him at 139, normal development. Let's just end the draft. I did not expect us to be missing that many picks. I'm sure it's because of the JJ McCarthy trade. Wait, no, I'm dumb. It's not because of the JJ McCarthy trade. They only moved up 1 spot to get JJ McCarthy. I don't know why I thought they gave up a lot more, but either way, Dakota Bridges 76, 73 for Jamie Moss, 66 for this guy. Then I didn't pick this guy. Either way, very limited draft, but we're going to see what we can do with it. And now we're going to be signing the GOAT himself, Joe Flacco, to be a mentor for our QB, JJ McCarthy. Now, this is the team after the draft. Ingram moves back to right guard. Okay, so that's originally what he played, so I don't have to move the other guy. And the other guy is just going to start here. This looks AI generated, this face scan. I don't know why, but either way, Jamie Moss is going to be the starting left guard for now. Interior offensive line has improved for J.J. McCarthy. Team looks pretty good. I should have drafted a running back, but again, I didn't know I had a lack of picks there. Everything else seems good. Pretty limited amount of receivers as well. We got Joe Flacco playing sixth string receiver. I don't know if that's the best option, but either way, it is what it is. We're going to see what happens there. And Bridges, we're going to make him the number 2, and Christian Fulton's going to be the number 3. My defensive tackles aren't really doing that well, but again, that's another offseason issue that I have to address. Bridges is going to play in the slot over the strong safety, and everything else should be good here. Hitman, this will probably be his final year with the team, considering his age, just because of Madden. Anyways, let's move into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 4-3 with J.J. McCarthy here. 9th best passing offense in the league. Rushing offense isn't doing that good. Rushing defense is doing awful. Here to face the 4-2 Minnesota Vikings. Not Minnesota Vikings, I mean the Detroit Lions for the division. We'll see how that goes. And for the scouting national focus, it needs to be defensive tackle. And for the re-signings, Josh here, he wants $6 million, $7 million a year to be a backup. And then, of course, I would have to pay him extra for him to stay due to his interests. He wants $9 million a year, and he's about to turn 28, and I'm losing Hitman, so I don't know if I really want him back on the team. Ivan Pace Jr. here, absolutely, I want you back on the team. Young star development, $9 million a year. He resigns with the team. Andrew Van Ginkel, it depends how he plays, but due to his age, I don't know. Aaron Jones, same deal. And then Josh Oliver, probably not. And then Ed Ingram, how much do you want? Oh, that's actually a pretty cheap contract overall. I know he only has normal development, but it's a really cheap contract. He's young. I'm going to keep him on the team. That's fine with me. Everyone else here, not really that interested in. So yeah, all these other extras can walk. My GOAT Joe Flacco doesn't want to be here. Very sad. Garrett Bradbury, I don't need. Jordan Addison, I'll accept his option. But for now, let's see how we play against the Detroit Lions. And we're going to lose 30-24 as the Lions secure the division here. Let's move into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs as we are 9-8 and make the playoffs here to face the 12-5 Detroit Lions, coming off a loss to the Steelers and a surprising win to the Chiefs here. For the stats and awards, let's see what we have. J.J. McCarthy looks awesome. I'm glad we moved on from Sam Darnold. 10th best offense in the NFL, 17th best defense. I might move into a 4-3. McCarthy throwing 17 interceptions is not awesome, but we can work on that. 107 pass rating, 39 touchdowns, 4,600 yards is great season. Also 3 rushing touchdowns. Aaron Jones, only 3.8 per carry. Really not bad, not good, but 3 fumbles to 8 touchdowns is not a good ratio. Jordan Addison, though, 112 receptions, 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns. Justin Jefferson, 12 touchdowns, 1,200 yards. TJ Hawkinson, 900 yards, 10 touchdowns. Jalen Naylor here, 6 touchdowns, 741 yards. Aaron Jones with a receiving touchdown as well. Sacks allowed, Brian O'Neill sucks. 8 allowed for Ryan Kelly. Christian Darrisaw, 6. 5 for Ed Ingram. And the rookie, Jamie Moss, allowing the least on the team with over 1,000 snaps played with 3. And then for the tackles, Blake Cashman, 124. And then tackles for a loss, 11 for Grenard, 10 for Van Ginkel, 8 for Dallas Turner. Sacks, 12 for Jonathan Grenard, 9 for Andrew Van Ginkel. Even though Dallas Turner was still a backup this year, he's still putting in some work. And then interceptions, 4 for Josh as a backup safety. That's actually intriguing. And then 4 for Byron Murphy, 3 for Christian Fulton, 2 for Harrison Smith. Deflections on the team, 10 for Blake Cashman, 8 for Dakota Bridges, the rookie, who also had 2 interceptions. Good for him. And then 6 deflections for Byron Murphy. And then safeties is going to be 0. Defensive touchdowns is going to be 1 for Byron Murphy. Can we somehow beat the 12-5 Detroit Lions at their home stadium? And the answer is no. The Detroit Lions own us in real life and in simulation. Currently, of course. Let's move into the offseason. And the Ravens beat the Buccaneers in the Super Bowl 32-31. It looks like probably a 2-point conversion that they got. Lamar Jackson wins the Super Bowl MVP. Immediately unrealistic because the Ravens can't actually complete a 2-point conversion. That's coming from a Ravens fan. Anthony Richardson, league MVP. That's funny. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Offensive Player of the Year. And then no awards here for the Minnesota Vikings. In the NFC North, my GOAT Joe Flacco and Harrison Smith retire, along with Kevin Zeitler and Keenan Allen. For the team upgrades, J.J. McCarthy goes to superstar development. Awesome to see for the future of the team. You love to see it. And for the team upgrades, Aaron Jones has regressed heavily. That is not good for the team. Jamie Moss, superstar development as a rookie, is awesome. TJ Hawkinson goes to X Factor defensively here. Jonathan Grenard goes up to superstar development, but he is 29 years old, so he is regressing even though he has superstar development and had 12 sacks on the year. He still went down 1 overall, which is kind of ridiculous. But either way, Dakota Bridges here, superstar development rookie. I hit pretty hard with the 2 picks I had. He comes with superstar development, so yeah, I nailed both my picks, even though we had a mid-draft. I guess you wouldn't really consider it mid, considering that both of them were superstar, but I only had 2 good picks. Either way, Josh here is going to be a superstar development. He was good for our team. He earns it, of course, but he is regressing now, and he wants quite the bag. Either way, we're going to see what we have. I especially need to fix this defensive line. I might move into a 4-3. I just like them better. So even though I know I said it was made for a 3-4, a lot better, I'm going to try and force it into a 4-3 and see how that works, as long as we can improve our defensive tackles. So this is what we got for a 4-3. Grenard is not being a left outside linebacker. He is currently listed as a right end. We just don't have a left outside linebacker right now. Of course, I need to improve the defensive tackle position in the linebacker position, so that's what I'm going to target in this draft. Our DBs seem pretty good. I want to give Josh a 1-year or 2-year contract just because of his age. I mean, 28 definitely isn't bad in real life, but in Madden, it's a different story. And of course, before I get drilled in the comments saying, I probably already got drilled in the comments saying, oh my gosh, you should have kept Sam Darnold for the rebuild. Yeah, he sucks. 2,800 yards, 18 touchdowns to 12 interceptions, 84 pass rating. I'm glad I did not sign him to $45 million a year. Just curious to see what his contract is here for the Raiders. Ah, yes, the Raiders doing Raiders things. Not only did they not pay him $45 million a year, they paid him $50 million a year and then $55 million after that. Elite Raiders move, typical Raiders move. Sam Darnold sucks again. For the re-signings, Jordan Addison, I'll absolutely accept that option. Josh led the team in interceptions with Byron Murphy. But again, I just don't want to give him a long-term deal. I will give him 2 years and then increase this to $10 million a year. And then let's see if he wants that. He does want that. He'll resign. It depends how he plays. Andrew Van Ginkel played very nice for us, so I'll re-sign him to another 1-year deal. Work down his contract as he regresses. Let Dallas Turner develop behind him. And then Aaron Jones, I don't want back. Everyone else here, I don't want back. $46 million to spend. Hopefully there's a running back in free agency. There is a running back, but it's James Cook. And don't get me wrong, I like James Cook in real life, but in Madden, he sucks. He's never given me like over 4 a carry in any simulation. I don't like him. I don't want him on my team. I'd rather just draft a new running back or just trade for one. And the rest of this overall draft right here, not draft, I mean free agency, just kind of crummy. I don't really like anything here. After free agency, a little bit weird, but we got Damian Pierce here on a 3-year deal. We got CJ Mosley, who I'm going to play at left outside linebacker. We got DJ Reader on a 1-year deal. And the Patriots get the #1 overall pick here. Didn't think you would be saying that back in 2018 whenever they had Tom Brady or any Tom Brady era, but we have pick number 20 here, as they're going to pick up Ricky Palmer with the #1 overall pick. Got some edge rushers on the board here. Don't necessarily need that. May need strong safety, though, for Kyle Ferris here, but we do have bigger needs. Doesn't look that astonishing where I need to take him now. I mean, he looks pretty good, though. There is a decent halfback on the board, but C to F awareness. I don't want to really pick halfback in the first round. I mean, he only has solid speed. Not really worth a first-round pick, in my opinion. Another good corner here, Dwayne Smith here out of West Virginia, 6 foot, 200 pounds, great speed, good strength, solid acceleration, A zone coverage, A awareness. I'm really tempted to take this guy right now. I have Christian Fulton, Byron Murphy, and I just drafted Bridges, so I really don't need that. I need defensive tackle. The defensive tackle board here really sucks for the position. I might just trade back if someone's willing to give me 2 first-round picks to trade back in. I don't really know if anyone's willing to do that, though. You know what? I think I'm just going to reach on this middle linebacker here and Travis Bush. The defensive tackle board really sucks, but he has B awareness, B man coverage, tackle, and hit power, and he is 5'11", 233 out of Ohio State. He has elite speed, great acceleration, solid strength. He's not insane, but I'm just going to reach on this, pull the trigger. I need this position. Rank 78, got him at 20. Hidden development, that's what matters. 90 speed, 90 acceleration for a linebacker is great. He will just be the #2 for now, and then he'll take over for CJ Mosley later. And I'm going to be drafting this guy, probably defensive tackle, Trayvon Hilaire. I can't keep neglecting a defensive tackle anymore. Poor acceleration, but he's 350 pounds. He has elite strength. He looks really, really good. As soon as you see that elite strength, you know they're going to be good. Rank 72, got him at 52. Hidden development, 99 strength as a rookie is nuts, dude. Any 99 stat for any rookie is nuts. He's going to be a starter immediately. In round number 3, I still low-key need a receiver 3, so let's see if we can get this in Jameel Mason. Not Jamel, Jameel Mason. Is there anyone that actually has good skills and is not just total buns here? This guy, he has 2 A's. He has break tackle and spec catch. That's an A. Jason Dodson here out of University of South Florida. Solid speed, great jumping, A break tackle, A spec catch, F catching. How do you have A spectacular catch but F catching? I'll see if he's there in the round 4. I don't want to pick him if he just has F catching. I mean, what overall is here? I mean, he's 6'2", 223. He looks like just another Quentin Johnston, dude. Yeah, so the receiver class here is just straight up buns, so I might just go a different direction. I might just double down on defensive tackle here instead. So let me see what these guys have for their attributes. Speed rusher, Terrence Sprinkle here out of Kansas State, 6'5", 300 pounds, completely opposite side of the spectrum from the other guy. Elite acceleration, elite speed, good strength, A, finesse moves, B, impact blocking, B, awareness. Imagine being 6'5", 300 pounds, and you can run a 4.7. That's faster than a lot of QBs. That is scary. We're going to pick up Terrence Sprinkle here. He's going to sprinkle it all over the defense, and I mean in that type of way. I mean, normal development, not good. Athletically, he looks amazing, though. Jameel Mason is still here on the board. Where's the guy Dodson? I'm in round number 4. I'm going to pull the trigger on this anyways, see what we have with Quentin Johnston, part 2 here. Ranked 98, got him at 116, normal development. I need a receiver 3, sure. So with that being said, I'm just going to simulate to the end of the draft now. After the draft, Travis Bush here, 71 overall, 71 for Trayvon here, 71 for Terrence Sprinkle as well, 69 for Dodson. Then I stopped picking after that. Not an amazing draft, but a pretty solid draft for a position of needs. And now I'm going to be signing Jacoby Brissett as a mentor QB for J.J. McCarthy once again. So this is the overlook of the team after the draft. A lot of youth on the offense here, a lot to look forward to. Dodson's already going to be the receiver 3 for the team. Dameon Pierce is an improvement over Aaron Jones just for a year. Then Travis Bush, will be a backup. And then we're going to put Trayvon Allaire as the number 1 immediately. Everything else looks pretty good. Trayvon probably can't rush. Yeah, Sprinkle's going to be the rush due to his athleticism. Dallas Turner, I guess, is going to be the backup. Definitely not Ivan Pace. Everything else looks good here. And yeah, not CJ Mosley. We're going to have Ivan Pace actually be the number 1 and Blake Cashman be the 2. Apart from that, let's move into the midseason mark for year number 2. And we are 6-1, 91 overall offense, 84 overall defense. But hey, it really shows there as we have the 20th best defensive points per game, but 5th best offensive points per game, 4th best rushing defense. Trayvon is really making an impact, or Sprinkle is. Who knows? Either way, coming off our first loss here of the season to the Packers. Scouting national focus, I might just keep it at defensive tackle. I really don't need much else. Maybe another 3rd receiver. Dodson might not cut it. For the players we get to negotiate, Cameron Bynum here, I mean, there's no reason not to just give him a contract at this point fully, so he's on the fence about his deal now, which is not good. Brian O'Neill, he allowed 13 sacks last year, so we're going to see how he performs this year, and then that'll be dependent on whether or not he wants a contract. Unless this dude allows only 2 sacks this year, I'm not giving him $24 million a year, and that's guaranteed, so we're going to check up on his sacks now. Blake Cashman, depends how he plays. He's going to regress. He's 30 years old. Andrew Van Ginkel, same deal. Mekhi Blackman, probably not. Harrison Phillips, no. CJ Mosley was just 1 year. Same thing with DJ Reader. All these other extras don't really want. Then Ryan Kelly, it depends how he plays as well. And then J.J. McCarthy, of course, I'm going to accept that option along with Dallas Turner. So looking into the stats, J.J. McCarthy's top 3. Amazing. 2nd in the NFL for passing yards, 3rd for passing touchdowns, 120 pass rating, 7 interceptions already. He's on pace to throw 14, which is, I guess it's better than last season. Either way, I want to look at my blocking right now. O'Neal has allowed 0 sacks so far, so I'm not trading him right now. The O-line is doing amazing, only allowing a total of 4 sacks throughout half the season so far. I mean, O'Neal's doing really good. No sacks allowed. There's no reason for me to trade him right now. I don't want to overpay for him, though, especially in a contract year where this is the only year I've seen him perform. Anyways, let's move into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs as we are 13-4, no first round bye here, 4th best offense in the league in points per game as the Eagles take the number 1 seed at 14-3. Wow, the NFC East is really contested there. Either way, Dallas is going crazy in simulation, of course, because the Cowboys are crazy in simulation for no reason, even though they're not good in real life. Either way, back-to-back wins here versus the Lions and the Commanders. Stats and awards, J.J. McCarthy, top 3, if not top 2 quarterback in the NFL. 3rd best offense, 16th best defense is what's holding him back here. J.J. McCarthy here does get the 5th for league MVP in the race, and he has 4,800 yards, 42 touchdowns, the 16 receptions is what's holding him back, 116 pass rating. He's only improving. I mean, his interceptions are bad, but still 116 pass rating, really, really good. Also 7 rushing touchdowns. Then Dameon Pierce, 2 fumbles, 10 touchdowns, but 4.3 average, 1,000 yards. I'm cool with that as my starting running back. Just clean up the fumbles a little bit. Then J.J. McCarthy with a fumble as well. Jordan Addison, 16 touchdowns, 1,300 yards, 108 108 receptions, back-to-back years with over 1,200 yards and over 100 receptions. This easily deserves superstar development, if not X Factor. Justin Jefferson getting outperformed by Jordan Addison as well. 14 touchdowns, 1,300 yards, still a really good year. TJ Hawkinson, 1 yard shy from 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns. And then Jason Dodson, rookie year for a 4th-round pick, 6 touchdowns, 700 yards. That's pretty good. For the sacks allowed, Ryan Kelly, 6, 5 for Ed Ingram, Christian Darrisaw, 3, Brian O'Neill, only 1, Jamie Moss, 1. This puts me in a predicament because he doesn't want to be with the team. This is a really, really good season, and it's definitely arguable for superstar development. I'll see if the AI gives it to him, but this really puts me in a predicament because he gave up 13 sacks last season. Now he only gave up 1 now, and now he wants a minimum of $24 million a year. And he's going to only start regression. This really sucks. Obviously, him allowing 1 sack doesn't suck. It's just the predicament I'm in. But 109 tackles for Ivan Pace Jr., and then tackles for a loss, 9 for Andrew Van Ginkel, 8 for Harrison Phillips. DJ Reader with 8 sacks is 16 for Andrew Van Ginkel. I don't care how old he is. He's getting a re-signing. 8.5 for Jonathan Grenard. Honestly, I would rather have Van Ginkel over Grenard and just start Dallas Turner at this point. So I might just dump Jonathan Grenard. I mean, this is still a good season, but I just want to develop Dallas Turner already. And then with Andrew Van Ginkel giving me 16 sacks, I'm not giving up on Andrew Van Ginkel. He's doing amazing. Interceptions, 4 for Byron Murphy. Deflections is 7 for Cameron, 5 for Ivan, and then 4 for Josh. And then safeties on the team is 1 for Terrence Sprinkle. The rookie. Defensive touchdowns is 0. Can J.J. McCarthy win his first ever playoff game against the Madden simulation gods, the Dallas Cowboys? They do. 20-17 here to face the 13-4 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Can they beat them to move on to the conference championship here? The answer is yes. 33-24 here to face the 11-6 Green Bay Packers. They beat us at the midseason mark. Let's see if we can beat them here to move on to the Super Bowl in year number 2. Here we are against the Green Bay Packers. They're going to start out with 7. We're going to respond with 7. Good start for both teams. 14-7, 14-14. High-powered offenses right now going at it. 21-14 at half. Opening up half. The offense is just going ballistic, and the defense with the second half hold is great as well. And it's going to be a 35-28 game. Offense goes nuts, and we will be moving on to the Super Bowl. And of course, we have to face the 91 overall Chiefs, dude. Please just give me any other team. And J.J. McCarthy is now a superstar X Factor. Jordan Addison is a superstar development. Brian O'Neill does get superstar development naturally, of course. I did not want to force this. I'm going to prove it here. See, naturally, superstar development, offensive lineman of the year for Brian O'Neill. After getting that award, I have to re-sign him, but I hope I don't give him like a $30 million a year contract and then he just falls off a cliff the next season. It happens a lot. And then Dodson here might be the answer at receiver. 4th-round pick, comes with star development now. Well, it doesn't come with it, but he earns star development. So we got our receiver 3 now in the 4th round. Easy steal there. Offensive line looks great. 90 overall team. And then surprisingly, Damian Pierce actually had a pretty solid season with us as well. Defensively for the team, really, Trevon, he's the number 1. He's the starter, and he still hasn't played 500 snaps. That's kind of ridiculous. But anyone else here? Andrew Van Ginkel, I mean, if you want to get upset in the comments, you can. Dude's going to get superstar development. He had 16 sacks in 1 year. Come on, dude. That's almost a sack a game. That's easily deserving of superstar development. I would argue X Factor, but I'm not going to push my luck here. So superstar development for Van Ginkel. Any other upgrades on the team? None that I can see, but really good team. 90 overall. Doubt we're going to beat the Chiefs because, you know, they're the Chiefs. But anyways, let's try it. Can the Minnesota Vikings stop their Super Bowl history losing streak here and stop it being 0-4 in the Super Bowl? 7-0 start, 7-14 now in the Super Bowl. Rams defense, not Rams, I mean Vikings defense holding out well. 14-28. Offense did their job. Defense held out long enough. And your Minnesota Vikings will win the Super Bowl with J.J. McCarthy, as they have now won their first ever Super Bowl in history after being 0-4 in the Super Bowl. Now they're 1-4, so at least they got something here, beating the Kansas City Chiefs, and we still have 2 more years to go. Let's see if we can have this J.J. McCarthy dynasty rebuild. And for all the Sam Darnold defenders, this is what you have for him. 109 pass rating, 6 interceptions, 32 touchdowns, 3,800 yards. Does he have superstar X Factor? No. I mean, he's an 84 overall without the morale boost. They're doing good, but does he have the Super Bowl ring, and is he a superstar X Factor, and do I have to pay him? No, I don't have to do that for J.J. McCarthy. I would have to pay Sam Darnold. But either way, we are having a successful rebuild with J.J. McCarthy. Good for Sam Darnold that he's doing good on a different team now. J.J. McCarthy wins the Super Bowl MVP, not Sam Darnold. I'm kidding. I'm not here to hate on Sam Darnold. Good for him. But either way, Joe Burrow wins the league MVP, and there are no other awards here. Actually, Coach of the Year, Buster Cherry for the Minnesota Vikings, wins Coach of the Year, of course. I just said it twice. Either way, we're going to win our first Super Bowl here. Let's see if we can start a dynasty, move into year number 3. For the players ready to negotiate negotiate. Of course, I'm accepting the option for J.J. McCarthy. Dallas Turner, I'll accept his option too. I haven't really given him much of a chance yet. Cameron Bynum, I do want back on the team. Let's see if he just wants to accept the neutral deal after winning the Super Bowl. And he does. Even though he's 29, he's going to last us the rest of the rebuild. Blake Cashman, I'll let walk. I have Travis Bush as the new rookie. Brian O'Neill, he wants to be here. We're finally historic champs. I'll give him a 3-year contract, $25 million a year. I'm cool with this after allowing only 1 sack and getting superstar development. Andrew Van Ginkel, been a baller. We're going to give him a 1-year deal. He resigns back on the team. Blake Cashman and Mekhi Becton, all these other extras, can walk as well. And then actually, Jacoby Brissett got a free ring with us. I want to keep him as a mentor QB so that way I don't have to keep re-signing them over and over again. Anyone else here that I really want? Ryan Kelly, actually, he allowed 8 sacks, and I could probably get someone else that's better and cheaper. So let me see what we have in free agency. I'm going to let him walk. $40 million left to spend in free agency, but I do have to spend that on rookie, so I might just pass that on free agency. We got Zay Flowers, Ronnie Stanley, Jaden Reed. I don't really need. DeForest Buckner, I would love to have for 1 year. $20 million. It's only a 1-year contract, though, so it's not that big of a deal. Let me actually give him more money since other teams want him. After free agency, I got DeForest Buckner and center and Aaron Brewer here, both on 1-year deals, so that way I can still afford to sign my rookies without going over my cap, because of course I have to pay Jordan Addison in this upcoming season, so I have to be aware of that. He's going to want a bag. He's going to probably want like $25 million a year. So anyways, just 1-year contracts. Let's move into the draft. In the draft, the Dolphins have the #1 overall pick and still have yet to win a playoff game since what, like 2002? Either way, I still need defensive tackle and I need middle linebacker again because I just lost Blake Cashman and I lost CJ Mosley. So I have Ivan Pace and I now have Travis Bush, who hasn't really started yet. So we're going to see how they play. But for now, we still need some linebackers. This is a power rusher right outside linebacker, so that doesn't count. And once again, the linebacker class just sucks. I picked 32. Matthew Red here out of Oregon, 6'1", 240. Overall, pretty good. I mean, A, hit power, B, finesse moves, B, play rec, B, stamina, A to C awareness, B, tackle. I mean, 240, 6'1", good speed, good jumping, good change direction, agility, great acceleration. I'm going to do another reach. He's a 2nd or 3rd round projection. Going to pick him in the late first. Ranked number 12 in the class, got him at 32. Definitely not a reach. Never mind. Of course, he has normal development. Either way, he's still going to be a starter. And our defensive rushing game was still 21st in the NFL for yards allowed, so I'm going to go after this guy. Jarvis Dorsey out of Texas A&M, 6'2", 301. He has solid strength, great speed, good acceleration, really good. A finesse moves, A play rec. This is all I need to see. He's going to be the pick here. Ranked 83, got him at 64. Hidden development, that's what matters. Very balanced in his athleticism and his skill set. Just want to point out that this guy's last name is McLean, and then you look at his face scan. Doesn't look very McLean to me. Of course, thank you, EA. Just kick me out of my franchise whenever I back out of the draft. My favorite. Javonte McKinley out of Idaho State here, 6'2", 250 almost. I mean, he doesn't look great athletically, but A, hit power, sure. I'm at the end of the 3rd round, still need depth at middle linebacker. 156, got him at 96, not really the best pick there. Didn't expect this, but at the end of the 4th round, I picked up a backup tight end and Paul Griffin here. Hidden development, his skills looked really good. A pass block, A run blocking, and then of course, he's a blocking archetype, but sure, I'll take it. Picked up a fullback, ranked 15 in the class, got him at 160, normal development, very athletic, very nice skills as well. Picked him up because why not, but at the same time, ranked 15 in the class as a fullback is kind of crazy. For the draft recap, 75 overall for Matthew Red, 70 for Jarvis Dorsey here, 67 for McKinley, 71 for Paul Griffin here at tight end, 74 for Jaden Hobson here, the fullback. Then I stopped drafting after that. The AI picked up a QB, Jeremy McConnell as a backup, sure, wearing Sam Darnold's number. This is the team moving into year number 3. Looks really good. We can have, even though I drafted this fullback, we can have Griffin here getting some snaps at fullback since he is a blocking tight end anyways. He's going to be faster. Justin Jefferson is 101 overall with the 2 XP points. Everything else looks pretty good here. Defensively, I don't think there's anything else I really need. Maybe I'm going to move, I'm going to move Matthew Red to the outside. And then Grenard, man, this is tough because he's an 85 overall, but I kind of want Van Ginkel to start. Van Ginkel gave me 16 sacks last year, so I'm probably going to have Grenard as the starter. Oh, also Trevon here has superstar development. Didn't realize that till now, but that's sick. Dallas Turner is going to be the starter there, specialist-wise. I want Van Ginkel coming off the edge. I'm going to have Dallas Turner as well. Grenard is going to be the overall run-stuffing defensive lineman. I'm going to put Travis Bush at the #1, have him get some reps. Actually, let's put, no, let's just leave it Ivan Pace. Everything else is good the way it is. Defensively, let's move Matthew Red to the outside. Matthew Red is now a 76 overall on the outside. Everything else looks good the way it is. Grenard's going to be the starter there, and Van Ginkel is going to be the edge rusher. So 88 overall team without any of the boost. That'll change throughout the season, of course. Team, once again, does look good. And yeah, apart from that, year number 3, let's see if we can build this dynasty. Let's move into the midseason mark. 5-1 at the midseason mark, coming off a bye week and a win to the Seahawks. Here to face the 2-4 Chicago Bears. 9th best offense in the league, 5th best defense in the league. Really turned it around this year. And we have a defensive back breakout challenge. The defensive back breakout challenge is for Dakota Bridges to potentially get his development upgraded there to a superstar X Factor, but that's probably going to be pretty hard for the team. And scouting national focus, do I keep it at defensive tackle? I mean, what do I even need at this point? I already have my linebacker set up. I need a new center eventually. And Aaron Brewer, I was about to say Andrew. Aaron Brewer is probably not going to be the long-term option. Yeah, I'm blanking. You know what? Let's keep it at defensive tackle. I might not re-sign DeForest Buckner. Why not? And for the players ready to negotiate, Jordan Addison here, I will give him extra money to stay. $33 million a year is going to be the contract. He resigns. I should have not immediately signed that. Either way, we're screwed on cap. I can't re-sign Grenard. And then Josh here, I'm not going to be able to resign. DeForest Buckner, definitely not. Andrew Van Ginkel, probably not as well. Probably just going to have to tag TJ Hawkinson to stay with another year. Depends how all these guys play. I'm going to have the team start falling apart now. And we got Dakota Bridges contracts coming up. And JJ McCarthy's, of course. So, yeah, we're kind of screwed all around. But either way, hopefully the contracts free up in the next year. But either way, let's move into the playoffs and just worry about that later. 15-2 in the playoffs. How do we have the 26th best passing defense? Are you kidding me? But still, 89 overall team, 93 offense, 89 defense. I don't know about you guys, but if you add 93 and 89 and then divide it by 2, it does not give you an 89 overall. I don't know where EA gets that math, but sure. Coming off back-to-back wins to the Raiders and Buccaneers, both kind of Raiders logo if you think about it. I don't know why I had to mention that. Offensive points per game first, offensive passing game is first as well. Defensive points per game is 8th. Stats and awards, JJ McCarthy is easily your league MVP. Show it to me. JJ McCarthy is the league MVP, something Vikings fans will never hear in their lifetime. But anyways, first in offensive passing yards, passing touchdowns, second in passer rating, best offense in the NFL, 14th best defense, and 5,300 yards, 51 touchdowns, still double-digit interceptions, but I don't care. He's league MVP. Only sacked 18 times. Offensive line did their job. And then, of course, 128 pass rating here. Dameon Pierce, 1 fumble, 13 touchdowns, 4.0 per carry, almost 1,100 yards. JJ McCarthy with 4 rushing touchdowns as well. BJ James, the second string back, with 4 touchdowns. BJ is quite the first name as well. Jordan Addison continues to outperform Justin Jefferson. 1,400 yards, 22 touchdowns, and then Justin Jefferson, 16 touchdowns, 1,400 yards, more receptions, but still, Jordan Addison, higher average, more touchdowns, more yards, just in general, doing a lot better. He's going to get a superstar X Factor. I know it's because he's in the slot, but still. And then Jason Dodson, the second-year player, 4th-round pick, 73 receptions, over 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns, good stuff. TJ Hawkinson, 3 touchdowns, 800 yards. I might not re-sign him just because this is a good season for a tight end, obviously, but like I have other priorities other than tight end. My receiving core is doing good regardless. Sacks allowed on the team, 5 for Aaron Brewer, just the 1-year signing, 4 for Ingram, 3 for Christian Darrisaw, 2 for O'Neal. I'm glad he's still performing after I gave him that massive contract. You know what else is massive? The low taper fade. Yes, I know I'm cringy. Either way, Jamie Moss here, only with 2 sacks allowed. He's been amazing, superstar development, and I still haven't paid him yet. But either way, really good job from the offensive lineman all around this year. This left tackle, he played 17 games at only 97 snaps, I was about to say. But Ivan Pace, 113 tackles for a loss, 16 for DeForest Buckner, 13 for Trayvon Hilaire. I don't know why I always pause when I say that. 11 for Dallas Turner, and then 6 for Andrew Van Ginkel, and 6 for Jonathan Grenard. And then sacks, 12.5 for DeForest Buckner, 9.5 for Andrew Van Ginkel. He's still performing, but I probably can't re-sign him. Dallas Turner, 8.5. Pretty good first starting year for him. 6 for Grenard as just a backup, too. I mean, he was the starter on the line, just not an edge rusher for us. And then 6 interceptions for Dakota Bridges. I still haven't paid him either. 2 for Byron Murphy. Deflections on the team. 9 for Ivan Pace. 8 for Byron Murphy. 8 for Josh as well. Team's doing really good there. Safeties, 1 for DeForest Buckner, 1 for Trayvon Hilaire, and then 0 defensive touchdowns. So defensive line really stepped up this year, even though the AI only has them at 18th, but still. We're going to be playing the 13-4 Green Bay Packers to see if we can move back to the conference championship. Can we do it? And the answer is yes. Here to face the 10-7 Carolina Panthers. I don't even care. We're moving on to the Super Bowl here. We're 5 overall is higher than the Panthers. Let's see if we can beat them to move on to the Super Bowl back-to-back. And we do not. It's the Chiefs versus the Panthers. We would have had a rematch simulation. That is unfortunate that we lost to the Panthers. I mean, every time I say that we're however many overalls higher, we always lose. We were the better team, but of course it's Madden simulation. We lose 25-28. Defense sells us. JJ McCarthy's MVP year wasted. And once again, the Chiefs lose back-to-back Super Bowls. Bryce Young gets his first Super Bowl win, giving the Panthers their first ever Super Bowl win, as Quincy Williams wins the Super Bowl MVP. JJ McCarthy league MVP, back-to-back. Coach of the year is the man himself, Buster Cherry. You already know it. No other awards here for the Vikings. Still a really good year. Let's move into year number 4. In the NFC North, Taylor Decker and Justin Simmons on the Bears both retire. For the team upgrades, Jordan Addison is of course an X factor now, and we already had 3 superstar offensive linemen. I was about to mention it. 99 overall for McCarthy and Addison, and Justin Jefferson with the boost for McCarthy and Addison, but Justin Jefferson's been a 99 overall. And then defensively, any other upgrades for the team? No, that is unfortunate. Actually, no, Dakota Bridges has superstar X factor. Almost missed that. That's awesome to see. But still, this team's about to start falling apart. I really want to re-sign DeForest Buckner. He had 12.5 sacks for us, led the team in sacks and tackles for a loss. Probably won't be able to re-sign him though. Gonna accept the option for Dakota Bridges. I'm honestly considering just tagging DeForest Buckner and then leaving TJ Hawkinson. Obviously, he's a 92 overall superstar X factor. That's really good, but I mean, DeForest Buckner had so much more of an impact. Maybe he won't anymore because he's 34. Van Ginkel I want back, but I only have $8.6 million to spend. So one person here is gonna have to get tagged. And Will Reichard here. Let's see if I can just actually, do I want to pay him this out? No, I'll probably just draft a new kicker. I'm not going to lie. So yeah, it's between TJ Hawkinson and DeForest Buckner. I'm going to lose Andrew Van Ginkel, Grenard, and then I'm also going to lose Josh. And then everyone else here, Andrew Brewer as well. So I'm going to need a center. I'm going to need a strong safety. I'm going to need an edge rusher. Yeah, I'm going to be screwed on a lot of things. I think tight end is the least of my needs. I'm going to want DeForest Buckner back. I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to go negative cap here for DeForest Buckner. Yes, I'm going in negative 20 million for him. Again, just the least of my need is another receiving option in TJ Hawkinson. It sucks that I have to just let him walk, but my second string tight end, he's more of a blocking tight end, so I may need to draft another tight end. I'm going to draft a strong safety, another edge rusher, another center. There's a lot to do. I mean, team's falling apart either way, and I still have to pay JJ McCarthy, which I don't have to deal with, thankfully. Let's move into the draft. We're going to have pick number 30 in the draft. It's not going to help us much here, but either way, our passing defense was ranked 26 in the draft last year, despite how stacked we were, I thought. But either way, the first priority is going to be getting that strong safety position for us. There's 2 free safeties on the board here. Are either of them pretty big? 220 here at 5'11". He can definitely play strong safety at 220. And Devontae Harden, good speed, solid strength, great acceleration. He B awareness, B hit power, B tackle, very balanced. Zone coverage archetype. Let me see if there's anyone better. There's 3 first to second round guys here, and you have A hit power from this guy, A pursuit, A B block shedding from this guy. Anyone that's a zone dominant corner? Not really. There's a run support here in Dion Reddick. I mean, he's lighter. He's 6 foot, out of Auburn. Decent speed, good strength. Not as athletic as the other guy. Still A pursuit is nice. Then Jake Peck here out of Washington. 6'1", 210. Good speed, good strength here. I mean, B's. The other guy still looks better in his skills, though. And then finally, Andrew Owens, 5'9", 220, though. Built like a bowling ball. I mean, not really at the same time. I think I like the other guy better. I'm not going to lie. This guy, Devontae Harden, he is 5'11", 220, UCLA. Not maybe as athletic, but a lot more balanced. I'm going to pick Devontae Harden, and then I'm going to move him to free safety. He's 220. He can easily play strong safety. He's normal development. That blows. Ranked 36 in the class. Got him 30, but it is what it is. Probably should have drafted an edge rusher first and then the safety, because the safety class is actually stacked here. There's a run stopper guy here on the edge, and then there is a speed rusher guy who doesn't look that good. And yeah, I'm going to be chopped at the edge rusher position. This guy is A tackling, A power, but that's for a 3-4. Not a 3-4, I mean a coverage linebacker. I didn't really like the defensive ends on the board, so I'm going to go right guard and move him inside to center. Carl Irwin here, ranked 96, got him at 62. Hidden development is the important thing. He's going to be the new starting center. And there was a right end here that I really liked. He was out of Alabama. I forgot what he was. He was, oh yeah, he was a day 3 guy. Junior Russell. He's 6'2", 252, day 3, but elite jumping, good speed, good acceleration, B finesse moves, B tackle. We're going to pick him, see how he goes. Ranked 123, got him at 94. Normal development, but sure, that's really all I got. So even though the team's falling apart a little bit, still got some good players. Devontae Harden, normal development, but 74 overall. 70 for Carl Irwin, 68 for Junior Russell, 67 for Keegan Lucas. Then I stopped drafting after that. Ooh, the A I picked up a backup strong safety, 69 overall. Nice, but normal development. And this is the team after the draft. Irwin goes down in overall due to moving inside center. That's fine, though. He's a 69 overall. Nice. Offense defense still looks really good. Griffith here is a blocking tight end, but it's fine. Team still looks really good. 87 overall team without any boost here. Looks like the AI picked up a defensive end, Broomley here. I mean, he is 6'3", 280 power rusher archetype, so he can still come off the edge, but he has 77 speed, 86 strength, 82 acceleration. He's definitely more of a 3-4 defensive end, but since he still has decent speed and he is a power rusher archetype, I will just leave him at that defensive end position over Russell. And then Harden, normal development, 74 overall. It's fine though. Everything else looks really good on the team. Still patching some holes, but again, it's still a really good team. Who is this? Du Bois? Du Bois, Mike Du Bois out of Alabama. Du Bois is awesome. Love the last name. So Du Bois here is going to be Du Bois, and he's going to be a second string. Broomley is going to start over Ivan Pace off the edge. Everything else looks pretty good there. And 87 overall team. Apart from that, I moved some things around. I guess we went up an overall. 86 overall team now. I don't know how that works. Either way, let's move in to the playoffs for the fourth and final year. And my defense improves after losing a bunch of players last year. That's just EA Sports for you. If you watch my Steelers rebuild, I had a 92 overall team. I went 7-10 in my final year. All greens. Greens all day, as you can see in my rankings. Coming off back-to-back wins to the Lions and the Titans. Stats and awards, J.J. McCarthy, top 5 QB still, third best offense in the NFL, defensively 10th. That's better than last season, and we regressed on defense. Anthony Richardson, league MVP again, and then J.J. McCarthy, 6th for the league MVP race, as he has 4,700 yards, 43 touchdowns, finally cleaning up his interception problem, 128 pass rating, doing really well, and only got sacked 18 times again. Offensive line did a really good job again. Dameon Pierce, 1,200 yards, 4.1 per carry, 19 touchdowns, 1 fumble. This deserves superstar development, 19 touchdowns, really good year from him, surprising year from him, really. Jordan Addison, 18 touchdowns, 1,300 yards, almost 101 receptions. Jason Dodson outperforming Justin Jefferson in yards, of course. Justin Jefferson still did better because the 11 touchdowns, almost 1,000 yards, though under 1,000 yards is surprising. Then Paul Griffin here, a guy I don't have to pay. This is better than TJ Hawkinson's X Factor season last year. TJ Hawkinson was a superstar X Factor with the league MVP quarterback. He had 3 touchdowns and I believe under 150 receiving yards, and I think he had less receptions as well. So Paul Griffin, the blocking tight end, outperforms my 92 overall X Factor tight end. So I clearly didn't need TJ Hawkinson. Sacks allowed, Carl Irwin, the rookie with the most on the team. Still, 6 is really good, especially for a rookie. Just under 1,000 snaps played. Christian Darrisaw, 4. 3 for Brian O'Neill. 3 for Ed Ingram. 2 for Jamie Moss. Really good offensive line for J.J. McCarthy. Travis Bush here, 103 tackles for a loss. 11 for Trayvon Hilaire, and then 10 for Dallas Turner. 7 for Travis Bush. Why is Travis Bush? He was rushing in, dude. I don't know why he's getting that many, but still. Sacks, 14.5 for Trayvon Hilaire over DeForest Buckner, and then Dallas Turner still doing good, 9 sacks, and then 5 for Sprinkle. What happened to... No, don't tell me. Did the AI cut DeForest Buckner? I think they might have. I think... Dude, now that I think about it, where is DeForest Buckner? I guess I just didn't notice him. I think the AI cut him. That's so stupid. I have to keep on auto-generated rosters. I can't keep on the manual rosters because EA still hasn't fixed the glitch. Yeah, the AI cut my DeForest Buckner after I tagged him. And I took on cat penalty, of course, because it's a franchise tag. Why is the AI so retarded? Anyways, interceptions for the team, 3 for Christian Fulton, deflections on the team, 8 for Travis Bush, 7 for Dakota Bridges, Matthew Reed, and Devontae Harden, the rookie. Also, interceptions, 3, 5, 7, 8, only 8 interceptions for the entire team. Safeties on the team, 0 defensive touchdowns, 0. I mean, 8, I guess, isn't bad. Not astonishing either. Buster Cherry here. I was about to say Carey. Buster Cherry is the 9th best head coach of all time in a span of 3.5 years. Well, dude, look at him. Baller. Baller Buster Cherry. You already know. He's tying John Madden. He's better than John Madden in yearly awards. He is the man, Buster Cherry. Can we beat the Madden Sim Gods, the 8-9 Dallas Cowboys, in the divisional round to move on to the conference championship in the 4th and final year? We do. 38-14. Here to face the 12-5 Los Angeles Rams. Since it's the 4th and final year, I'll hop into this one and see what happens. Here we are against the Rams. I saw that one of their top 3 players was Jahmyr Gibbs and Xavier McKinney. Either way, doesn't matter apparently. 6-14 defense and offense doing really well. 21-6, 13-21, and then 28-13 against the Rams. They make it to 20-28, and we are going back to the Super Bowl here as the dynasty continues. 20-28. Let's move on to the Super Bowl for the second time this video. And of course, the Chiefs make the Super Bowl 3 times in a row. Of course they do. Come on, bro. Anyways, we got to play the Chiefs Again, we beat them last time. J.J. McCarthy is a 99. Jordan Addison is a 99. Irwin comes with superstar development. You have to be kidding me. Of course, he only gets sacked 18 times in total throughout the entire season, and he has one of the best offensive lines in the league because he has 4 superstars on his line. I said Lynn, but line. Either way, Dameon Pierce, superstar development. My blocking tight end gets no upgrade after he outperforms my 92 overall X Factor tight end. Matthew Red goes to star development. Harden stays the same. No other upgrades on the team from what I can see. Still a really good team. Let's see if we can beat the Chiefs again in the Super Bowl, and this time actually finish it off instead of last time losing to the Panthers. The final game of the video. How will we do against the Kansas City Chiefs? They're going to open up a 7. We're going to respond with 7. Offensive game is inbound here. Very stalemate after I said that. Opening up halfway of the punt, they're finally going to score more points. We're going to make it 10-17. They immediately respond 17-10. Offense, please do something. They do. Force overtime, and what is going to happen? Our offense punted the ball back, and the Chiefs will kick the game-winning field goal as they end their Super Bowl drought. They were in the Super Bowl 3 times in a row, and this is the only one they won. Either way, we went to the Super Bowl once. Our now Super Bowl record is 1-5, including the simulations, of course. Either way, this was a successful rebuild despite this Super Bowl loss to the Chiefs. Still built a really good team. MVP J.J. McCarthy. I guess he's just a god in sim. Your Super Bowl MVP is Patrick Mahomes. League MVP is Anthony Richardson. Coach of the Year 3 times in a row is the main man, Buster Cherry himself. But anyways, guys, apart from that, I thank you guys all for watching. Let me know down in the comments below which team you'd like me to rebuild next. Make sure you like and or subscribe.